All right, so we've got this amazing collection of sources about Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Yeah,
And looks like we're going deep on prophecy today.
absolutely.
How it drives the plot, how it messes with the characters,
Right.
that whole fate versus free will thing.
It's a classic for a reason,
Okay,
right?
totally.
Packed with those moments where you're like, what if?
Yeah.
Could things have gone differently?
Yeah.
If fate is real, did choices even matter? All that.
From the second those witches start talking,
Oh, for sure.
the whole play just crackles with this tension.
Oh, yeah.
You know something's coming,
Mm-hmm.
but how it'll all go down. No clue.
That's Shakespeare for you.
Right.
He doesn't spell it out.
Nope.
The witches, their words, it's all deliciously ambiguous.
Like that Folger Shakespeare library source we have
Exact.
leaves so much open to interpretation
Makes you think.
for the characters, for us watching, everybody.
Right.
So, okay, basics.
Yeah.
We've got Macbeth.
Scottish general, war hero, the whole bit.
Right. Respect again.
Uh-huh.
Then, bam, he runs into these three witches.
Out on the heath.
Spooky.
Totally.
And they hit him with not one, not two, but three prophecies.
Each one wilder than the last.
Save my exams. They emphasize how huge this encounter is.
For the whole play.
Like a bomb went off in the story.
Exactly. Suddenly we're in this world where the future's kind of revealed, but also totally hidden.
And Macbeth's reaction, it's immediate, right?
Yeah.
He's hooked, but also kind of freaked out.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
Oh,
That's a line?
like no fear Shakespeare points out.
So much turmoil packed into those words.
Classic Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
Using language to show us those complicated feelings.
Allure of the prophecy, the darkness it hints at, all of it.
Exactly.
Then there's Lady Macbeth.
Oh, she's something else.
She's not waiting around for fate to happen. No way.
Nope.
Ambitious, ruthless, the whole package.
She sees her husband as king. That's it.
Totally.
Best Macbeth quotes. They've got some of her best lines.
Unlikely. When you durst do it, then you were a man.
Chilling.
Right. You see her manipulation right there?
Challenging his manhood to get him to act.
Exactly.
It's like she becomes this driving force. Almost like she is the prophecy, making it happen.
No matter what it takes.
And that unsex me here speech.
Oh, wow.
Best Macbeth quotes and Macbeth PDF Folger Shakespeare both have it.
It's so powerful.
She's straight up projecting her femininity, right?
Wants that strength, that ruthlessness.
To get what she wants.
Yeah.
Such a contrast to Macbeth at the start,
Oh, yeah.
He's tempted by the prophecy, but he's got a conscience.
He's still struggling.
No Fear Shakespeare talks about the dagger soliloquy.
Where he's hallucinating, right? Seeing the murder weapon.
Yeah, questioning his sanity, what's
Yeah.
real, the whole deal.
Key moment for understanding him.
Yeah,
The prophecy's messing with his head.
big time.
Torn between ambition and what's right.
Like the prophecy's this catalyst pushing him down a dark path.
That maybe he wouldn't have gone down otherwise.
It makes you wonder, at that point, is he even in control anymore?
That's the question, isn't it?
Or are the witch's words, his wife's ambition, is something else pulling the strings?
Prophecy versus free will, that's what hangs over the whole play.
Heavy stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's stuck, in this web of ambition and secrets, and the more he fights it, the worse it gets.
And it gets even more complicated, right?
Oh,
It's not just that first prophecy, there's more.
right.
The witches give him a bunch of predictions.
Yeah.
All vague and layered.
Open to interpretation.
Each one changing things for the characters big time.
Like when they tell him, beware Macduff.
Ooh, yeah.
That one just plants this seed of paranoia.
Fear, suspicion, the whole works.
From then on, Macduff is public enemy number one.
Threat to the prophecy, gotta go.
And we, the audience, we know more, right?
Classic dramatic irony.
They're like, oh no, here it comes. But they're clueless.
Shakespeare loved that.
Makes us wonder, how much are they in control, really? Big question.
It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be bad, but you can't look away.
And it's all because of these prophecies.
You're driving everything.
Revealing the future, but also maybe causing it.
Mind-blowing.
And it's not just Macbeth. Everyone gets affected.
Right, the ripple effect.
Even the characters who never met the witches.
Lady Macbeth, for example.
Oh, absolutely.
Once that prophecy hits her ears,
Ambition takes over.
like something dark woke up inside her.
That's the thing about prophecy, right?
Yeah.
It's not just predicting stuff, it's making things happen.
Like a catalyst.
Reveals who people really are.
Pushes them to do things they might not have done otherwise.
It makes them fulfill the prophecy themselves, in a way.
Like, are we making our own choices, or are we just puppets?
Deep. Right.
The big question,
Free will, is it even real?
did Macbeth have a choice? Or was he always going to be a tyrant?
I mean, no fear Shakespeare points out that line
Which one?
where Macbeth says, what's going to happen is going to happen. Almost like he's giving up, right?
Saying fate's in control.
But then there's Banquo.
Oh, yeah. Good
He
point.
gets a prophecy too, but he doesn't go power hungry.
Totally different reaction.
So maybe we do have a choice.
Shakespeare gives us both sides, you know?
Makes us think.
So, looking at the plot,
Yeah,
prophecy is the engine, no doubt.
it's what starts everything.
Creates the conflict, drives everyone towards their ending.
But the characters, it's more complicated.
Way more.
Prophecy exposes
Their
it,
weaknesses, their desires,
and ultimately it destroys them.
and that free will question.
Yeah.
I think Shakespeare wants us to argue about it.
He doesn't give us easy answers.
He shows us how messy human nature is.
How maybe fate plays a role, but we're not off the hook.
Exactly.
It's crazy how a play this old
Hundreds of years.
can still feel so relevant, you know?
That's Shakespeare.
He just gets it.
Timeless themes, ambition, fate, free will.
The dark side of power.
He digs deep, makes us think even now.
And speaking of power corrupting, we see it happen to Macbeth, right?
Oh, yeah.
The closer he gets to the throne, the worse he gets.
Paranoid, isolated, ruthless.
Like that classic slippery slope.
Every bad thing he does, he justifies it
Yeah.
because of the prophecy. Deeper and deeper into darkness.
And Lady Macbeth, she cracks too.
She started out so strong,
All ambition.
but it eats away at her.
Best Macbeth quotes. And that Macbeth PDF Folger Shakespeare source.
They both have that line.
All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
Powerful stuff.
The guilt, the despair, it's crushing her.
She sees what their ambition really
A
costs.
tragic ending for both of them.
Really is.
But it just drives home those themes, you know. Ambition, fate, the choices we make.
And even though it's all witches and prophecies, it
Yeah.
feels so real, so human.
Totally.
Shakespeare wasn't just telling a fantasy story.
Right.
He was showing us the darkness inside us all.
Even the good guys, you mean.
Especially them, maybe.
And he uses prophecy to, like, zoom in on that, make those choices even bigger. It's interesting, too, how the witches don't always give straight answers.
Oh, totally.
It's all riddles and double meanings, like, no one of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
That one, oh man.
Talk about a false sense of security.
Leads him right to his doom.
Shakespeare playing with words again.
Making us think it's destiny, but also showing how you can misinterpret things.
So it becomes self-fulfilling, almost.
In a way, yeah.
Macbeth thinks he's untouchable,
Uh-huh.
gets reckless, turns into a tyrant.
And it all leads back to that same question.
Free will.
Did he have any control at all, or is it just a pawn in the game?
Shakespeare. He leaves it open.
Gives us evidence for both sides.
Makes Macbeth so fascinating, even after all this time.
For sure.
So, big picture time. What have we learned about prophecy from all this?
Well, first, it's an amazing storytelling tool.
Oh, yeah.
Drives the plot, keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Makes you think about fate and free will.
All of that good stuff.
You got so much depth, right?
Absolutely.
Makes you question everything.
Second thing, prophecy. It changes people.
For better or worse.
Exposes what's hidden inside them.
Your weaknesses, their desires.
Shapes their destinies one way or another.
Can be a guide, can be a weapon.
Depends how you use it.
And finally, I think Macbeth is a warning
Oh, big time.
about ambition, about getting what you want no matter the cost,
About believing prophecies too much.
about thinking fate will save you from the consequences.
Because it won't.
It reminds us, even with all the magic and weird stuff,
Yeah.
it's our choices that matter in the end.
Our choices that make us who we are.
Well, this has been a wild ride.
It has.
Prophecy and Macbeth, man, it's a lot to unpack.
So much going on.
We've seen how it shapes the plot, the characters,
It makes us question some really big stuff.
about fate, free will, what it means to be human.
Things people have been wrestling with for centuries.
And Shakespeare, he captures it all perfectly.
If you really want to get it, though,
Yeah.
you gotta see Macbeth performed or listen to a good recording.
Hearing those words spoken out loud.
It's a whole other level.
So, that's it for our deep dive today.
Thanks for joining us,
Keep those brains buzzing.
and we'll see you next time.